Welcome to Cody in the Cinema. Today I'm discussing some of what I picked up in January, and I was at this place called Bargain Books in Stanton, Virginia, and I got this Criterion I'd never heard of for a few bucks. It's called I Am Curious, which I can't show you the back. This is supposedly, it was the subject of a heated court battle, banned in cities around the world, and it's a controversial film about an exploration of sexual identity, and I've never seen this. I don't even know anything about this. It was just something that I was able to pick up, and I thought it had a cool looking case. There's a movie called Yellow and Blue in a pretty sturdy box here. This is DVD, and it does look like it has a booklet with it, and I'm assuming for each piece of that. So I thought that was really neat that I was just looking around and found that. And if you all have seen this from the collection, let me know. I didn't even know this existed. While I was there, I also found a DVD of all the Deadwood, the whole Deadwood series that you can get that's in that white casing. But before that, I had found the first 2 seasons of Deadwood on DVD that I'm going to show you if you've never seen them. And I don't do a whole lot of television stuff, but I thought this was worth showing off because Deadwood, South Dakota, that's an area I travel to every year or try to, and I'm really in love with Western stuff, and I love the actors in this, especially season 1 here because it has Keith Carradine, who had a small role in McCabe and Mrs. Miller, but he's an excellent Wild Bill Hickok. And I hadn't seen this particular packaging before, so when you look at it and kind of the front and the back there, it's very, very Western. But if you open it up, this is used, so it's kind of, I'm going to have to glue this back on or something because this part is getting a little wobbly. But it's got this nice little holder for there's a booklet. Okay. Nope, not a booklet. Just, an advertisement for CDs. Cool. But I love how sturdy this packaging is. Okay? And you can kind of see it's got each thing laid out here almost like this. You know what? This actually looks like stuff from a museum in South Dakota. Really nice packaging, and you can see disc for each, 3 episodes at a time? Love it. Love it, love it. This particular season, like I said, if you're not familiar with Deadwood, Timothy Oliphant, Ian McShane, Molly Parker, Brad Dourif's in it, John Hawkes is in it. It's just a stacked cast. And Calamity Jane is so good in Deadwood. And I'm hoping I can find season 3 in this version. I think I paid $6 a piece for these. So like I said, this one's got a little bit of damage on it I'm going to have to fix, but not too bad. I love the season 2 as well. Of course, season 2 misses one of my characters that I love from season 1. Now this one's in a little better shape. It's got the artwork there. You can kind of see. And the book is also just hanging in here. Slightly different format. I think I kind of miss this really imaginative HBO packaging that they had. That's really nice. So I was happy to be able to pick these up. I haven't found a good price on the Blu-ray of the whole season, the whole series. But that would leave me with picking up season 3 and the movie. So wanted to show you all that because I thought that was a neat find. I've been looking for Deadwood forever. Just a great story. But 4 of the really interesting ones that I got from Walmart. The Walmart near me actually has a lot of these SteelBooks. I didn't think I was going to find a copy of The Ring. And, this limited edition SteelBook, I've been wanting this for a while. And I have the Arrow copy of Ringu. Love Ringu. Love the Arrow Japanese original copy there. But I've not even opened this one up before. And they had Pumpkinhead in there, I'm wanting to say. They had Pumpkinhead and they had Motel Hell. Now, if I had infinite money, I probably would have gotten Hotel Hell because I've seen part of that on Tubi, but just a tremendous piece of artwork here. It actually feels like a VHS that you're getting a hold of. So one thing, whenever I was there, they had the plastic cases, you know, that protected the disc, which I really appreciated. So I've got the J card coming off here. Okay, there's the J card. And man, if I know a lot of you have already seen this on the internet, but this is me seeing it in person for the first time. It actually looks like a VHS. Kind of cool. Oh wow, it's got the girl in the well. And I think I've seen pictures of the inside before, because you get your digital code, and then you've got the little girl there just sitting looking creepy. Oh man, I got the 4K, and I think I've got a Blu-ray, don't I? Yeah, it looks like it. So really happy the way this one looks. I haven't seen the actual ring in a couple years. Just the Ringu. And I was really excited for the Fellowship of the Ring, which I'm hoping to go through and do a little story time about the Fellowship of the Ring, because part of the reason I'm so into movies now has to do with the Lord of the Rings series. Because I was in high school when these were coming out. You know, I read The Hobbit in 8th grade and just fell in love with the whole series. And so, wow, this is great. This is expensive, but it's a really nice SteelBook if you get a chance to get a hold of it. Got your leaf on the back there. This gold really pops off. So you may not be able to see this on the video, but this part where it like emphasizes the ring really does that justice. I think that is amazing. Got your digital code. And some of this on the inside here, this really looks like those old packs did that we used to get from the DVD. And it's got your theatrical version. It's got some of your iconic artwork in there. So it's also got the extended, I'm sure. You have the extended versions too. So kind of curious what that artwork looks like beyond there. Yeah, so I don't want to take all this out, but you could definitely tell that there's good artwork behind there. Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring. Man, this actually might be the nicest SteelBook I've ever owned. Or one of the nicest. I'm really partial to my Wicker Man that I got from Best Buy, because I love the Wicker Man so much, but this is pretty close. It's really a good one. And I really wish like we had more practical effect movies that were also like blockbusters. But that's a different subject for a different day. Probably my best pickup of the month right there, honestly. Now, I also got, so Walmart has these slipcover red and black that I've liked this look in general. I've got a SteelBook of Sinister, but we put this in last night. I think we're going to finish it this afternoon. It follows, I think this is a great horror film with a great stalker element that I talk about sometimes on the channel. I love the stalker in Resident Evil 4. I bring it up to people on my channel. Like, it's just, Mr. X is just watching you everywhere you go. And I love the stalker in this. I think this is a pretty good slipcover. I know there's a much nicer version of this from one of the import labels, but I thought this was good enough for me for this purpose. And I really love this cover on The Descent. This knife and so forth. Actually, I may have... Oh, I was holding it backwards. Okay, this is The Descent. Upside down, backwards. And even the back of it looks really cool. I haven't actually opened The Descent up yet, but I'm sure it's just the Blu-ray in the movie, so I might open that up a bit later and give it a look. But The Descent. So those are just some of the things I've been collecting. Also did a video about some A24 stuff I got. I'm looking into that, and I think at the end of the month I'm definitely going to do a video on Winchester 73 when that comes out for Criterion, because love that film. So definitely a great month. Especially a few of those pieces really personal to me. Like I said, the Deadwood series there and Lord of the Rings is just such a foundational piece in me learning about movies earlier on in my life. So that's some of what I've been, looking into. I also picked up The Mother and the Whore from Criterion, which I did a video on earlier in the month. What have you all been watching, picking up lately? Got anything good to share? Let me know in the comments if you found this video helpful, if you want to click the like button, or if you enjoyed it. I cover tons of movie topics on here. I don't do too many of these haul style videos. I just do them as they make sense, you know, if I think that they're worth sharing. But I enjoy movies, and so you should consider subscribing if you're into that. I talk about them constantly, and we'll see you next time on Cody in the Cinema.